Good morning, folks. It is great to be here. You know, I'm going to speak to you today about something which I'm so passionate about, and something which I hope will affect all of your lives, the same way your work as schedulers and dispatchers affect millions of people around the world. Imagine, if you would, for a moment, that in the not-too-distant future, besides just corporate jets, you're going to be scheduling and dispatching spaceships. Spaceships to other parts of the planet, to Earth orbit, and eventually to the Moon and Mars. Now, you might say, well, that's something which is almost impossible to believe. But don't forget, aviation was once an impossible area that people didn't think was feasible. You know, back, in fact, in 1895, Lord Kelvin of the Royal Society, just 8 years before Lindbergh, said heavier-than-air flight is impossible. And, of course, people today think of space travel as something only for a few astronauts or a few multimillionaires. But that is changing, and it's changing right now. I see the first slide here. You know, it's Valentine's Day, so I thought it would be a good thing to show you what Valentine's Day will look like in the not-too-distant future. Here we are dining in a beautiful facility in low Earth orbit with a view of Europe coming by. Now, of course, it's sunrise and sunset every 90 minutes. So how romantic can that be? Just, if you missed one, you just wait 90 minutes and the next one comes right up. Now, a relaxing time. I note to people here that there's a big lucite plastic shield keeping the oxygen in so you can breathe while you're enjoying your morning breakfast. But, you know, we laugh. But I want you to imagine 100 years ago telling somebody that you're going to get in your car, rush to the airport, get on your cell phone, you know, ask for the jet to be there, and fly off across the world. That was considered impossible. You know, and as overachievers yourself, you know that if you believe in something strongly enough, the impossible becomes possible. The most precious thing in the universe is not money, it's not materials, it's not new energy sources, it's the human mind. Because the human mind is the only thing that really makes new things possible. And the greatest block we have is not believing that these things can come true. And of course they can. No, I believe that human destiny is in space. We are on the brink of the greatest exploration humanity has ever had. And it's happening now during your lifetime, not your children or their children's, right now. This is one of my favorite images from Hubble, the space telescope. And it puts things in perspective for me. At one point, Hubble pointed the telescope at the deepest, darkest point where no visible light could be seen. And this deep field photography is showing galaxies. Every star, every twinkling point of light here is a galaxy. We are living in a galaxy filled of 100 billion stars, and in a universe of 100 billion galaxies. So many unknown things yet to be discovered. You know, why explore? Because it's in our genes. You know, from the earliest beginning of humanity 100,000 years ago, we are explorers in our very nature. It drives us to go further and faster and higher. You know, it brings out the best in people. On a frontier, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or what color or what religion. If you are the best at what you do, you excel, because the greatest skills are required. And finally, because we are driven by usually three things: fear, curiosity, and greed. And I added love as a driver today, especially on Valentine's Day. Now, this is our exploration of Mars. And it was driven by curiosity. Is there life there? And I truly believe that there is. I think in the next 6 to 10 years, we will discover that there is life on Mars. Maybe it's microbial, maybe it's a little bit larger than that, but we're going to find that we are not alone in the universe. Another driver is fear. It drove billions of dollars. 1961, when John F. Kennedy said, you know, we choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. We were racing against the Soviets at that time, and we did the impossible. Within 8 years, we went from never having flown anybody in space to landing humanity on the moon. And of course, another driver, making money. We're all in business here today. Well, everything we hold of value on Earth, metals and minerals and real estate and energy, are in near infinite quantities in space. In fact, this is an average half-kilometer size rock, asteroid in space. And if you measured the platinum group metal market value of this, it's about $20 trillion. So we're going to be driven by exploration to go out and get those resources and bring them back to the Earth.